Let me ask you a question. Why do some people live extraordinary lives, achieve incredible success, find happiness, and build meaningful connections, while others remain stuck in mediocrity, frustration, and unfulfilled dreams? Here's the truth that no one tells you clearly enough. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not even just hard work. It's something much deeper, something invisible, yet incredibly powerful. It's your base standard. Your base standard determines everything. The quality of your relationships, your finances, your health, and your happiness. It quietly shapes every moment, every decision, and every outcome in your life. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how your base standard works, why upgrading it is the single most powerful thing you can do, and exactly how you can raise it today, step by step. If you're ready to break through limitations and step into the life you truly deserve, this conversation might just change your entire future. First, what exactly is your base standard? Your base standard is your inner thermostat, the invisible boundary that defines the minimum you're willing to accept in every area of your life. It's not your aspirations or your dreams. It's your absolute bottom line, your non-negotiable internal agreement with yourself about what's acceptable and what's not. Think about the thermostat in your home. It maintains a set temperature, adjusting conditions whenever things stray too far. Similarly, your life has a set point, your beliefs about what you deserve, what's normal, and what's acceptable for you. Your brain is a remarkable, complex machine. Neuroscientists explain that our brains seek consistency and familiarity, known as homeostasis. When you live according to certain standards for a long time, your brain wires neural pathways to sustain those behaviors and outcomes. This is called habit formation. Your life today is essentially a reflection of your habits. Every habit is stored and reinforced in the basal ganglia region of your brain, making your default actions automatic. But here's the good news. Thanks to neuroplasticity, you have the power to rewire these pathways. You can upgrade your default mode by consciously adopting new behaviors, beliefs, and standards. Now, let's explore a crucial question. If changing our standards is so powerful and life-transforming, why don't most people do it? It comes down to two powerful psychological forces in our minds, known as status quo bias and cognitive dissonance. Let me break these down simply, so you clearly understand what's holding you back and how to overcome it. First, what exactly is status quo bias? Status quo bias is our mind's natural tendency to prefer things exactly as they are right now, even if our current situation isn't ideal or fulfilling. It's like an invisible magnet pulling you back into old patterns simply because they're familiar and safe. Think about it. Have you ever wanted to start a new healthy habit? Maybe exercising more or eating better? But after just a few days, you find yourself slipping back into your old ways? That's your brain saying, "This new way feels uncomfortable and unfamiliar. Let's go back to what we already know." Even when the status quo is harmful, such as staying in a job you dislike, tolerating unhealthy relationships, or not pursuing your dreams, your brain prefers what it knows because the unknown seems risky. Your brain's job is to keep you safe, even if that safety prevents you from growing. Now let's talk about cognitive dissonance, another powerful barrier. Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort we experience when our actions don't match our beliefs or self-image. Humans deeply value consistency. When there's a mismatch between what we believe about ourselves and how we're acting, it feels uncomfortable. Let's say you believe deep down you're meant to be healthy and energetic, but your actions, like skipping workouts or eating junk food regularly, contradict that belief. This mismatch creates inner discomfort. Now, here's the critical part. Instead of improving actions to align with beliefs, many people subconsciously lower their beliefs to justify their actions. They start saying things like, maybe I'm just not a fitness person. This is just how I am. Maybe big dreams aren't meant for me. This inner negotiation lowers your standard, making mediocrity feel acceptable, even normal. But here's why understanding these two concepts matters deeply. Once you're aware of these psychological forces, you gain the power to break free from them. Awareness gives you the clarity to recognize when your brain tries to pull you back to safety or convince you to settle. When you feel that inner resistance, you'll be able to identify it clearly. That's my status quo bias trying to keep me stuck. This feeling of discomfort? That's cognitive dissonance challenging my beliefs. And with this understanding, you can gently and powerfully remind yourself, I deserve better. My future deserves better. And now, I know exactly what's holding me back, so I can choose to move forward. Now let's get very practical. You might be thinking, okay, I'm ready, but how exactly do I raise my standards in a way that truly lasts? Let's break this down into 5 clear, simple, and powerful steps. I'll walk you through each one so it feels easy and doable. Step 1. Awareness. Clearly identify your current standards. The first and most important step is to get completely honest about where your current standards are right now. Take a moment and think carefully about these important areas of your life. Health. What level of health and fitness are you accepting today? Relationships. What quality of relationships and interactions do you tolerate daily? Career and finances. How much effort, excellence, or income do you currently accept as normal? Personal growth. Are you settling for minimal effort, or are you truly learning and growing regularly? Grab a piece of paper or open your notes app and answer honestly. What am I currently tolerating that my future self would never accept? Awareness is your foundation. This clarity alone can trigger powerful shifts. Step 2. Vision and identity. Clearly define who you want to become now. It's time to define your new, higher standard clearly. But instead of only asking what you want to achieve, ask yourself a deeper question. Who do I need to become to have the life I truly desire? If your goal is to be fit and energetic, your new identity might be, I'm a healthy and active person who prioritizes exercise and nutrition. If you want better relationships, your identity could become, I'm someone who communicates clearly, listens deeply, and chooses relationships that bring positivity and respect. To achieve financial success or career growth, define yourself as, I am someone who consistently delivers value, pursues growth opportunities, and manages money wisely. Your actions will naturally begin to match this new identity. Write down clearly who you are choosing to become. Read it daily. This sets your inner GPS to your new destination. Step 3. Environment. Surround yourself with higher standards. Your environment dramatically shapes your standards, often without you realizing it. The people around you, the content you consume, and even your daily surroundings influence your standards profoundly. Let me give you practical examples. If you want to get healthier, make sure your fridge and pantry reflect that. Stock nutritious foods, remove unhealthy temptations, and spend more time with people who value fitness. To succeed financially or professionally, regularly listen to podcasts or audiobooks by successful, inspiring individuals. Spend time with people who aim high and push you gently upward. If you want better relationships, distance yourself from negativity. Surround yourself with people who respect themselves and others. Audit your surroundings regularly, asking, does this environment reflect the standards I now want to live by? Step 4. Systems and habits. Small daily actions for big results. This step is crucial. Standards become real through your daily habits. Instead of overwhelming yourself, pick small, clear actions you can do daily. Here's how you might practically apply this. Health. Commit to 15 minutes of daily movement, drinking 1 extra glass of water each day, or simply walking 1,000 more steps. Relationships. Commit to one daily act of kindness, gratitude, or positive communication towards someone you care about. Career and finance. Dedicate 20 minutes each day to learning something new related to your career or finances, such as watching a short course or reading a few pages of a book. Small, daily actions create powerful habits. Habits form your identity. Your identity creates your new standard. Make these actions simple, clear, and achievable. Consistency matters far more than intensity. Step 5. Accountability and adjustment. Track, reflect, improve. Finally, you must hold yourself accountable and track your progress clearly. Here's an easy, effective method. Every week, spend just 10 minutes reflecting. Did I meet my new standard this week? Where did I succeed? Celebrate these moments. Where did I struggle? Understand why, without judgment. Use a journal, calendar, app, or simple notes to track these reflections. Accountability also works best if you involve someone supportive, a friend, mentor, or accountability partner, to share progress and encourage each other. Over time, this process creates confidence. Each small victory proves to your mind, I can do this. Each adjustment strengthens your momentum. Now let's dive into something incredibly important and inspiring. What do successful people, those who genuinely upgrade their standards and achieve extraordinary results, actually have in common? Let's look closely at the most powerful characteristics, habits, and mental strengths these people share, because these qualities are precisely what you can develop too. The first and most powerful characteristic of people who raise their standard is a deep, unwavering belief in themselves. They choose to believe they're capable of more, even if there's no immediate evidence to prove it. They're not arrogant. They're confident, decisive, and intentional. They remind themselves daily, I deserve better, I'm capable of more, and I won't settle for less. People who upgrade their standard don't leave success to chance. They build powerful daily routines and habits. They consistently wake up early, using mornings as their foundation for productivity. They dedicate daily time to self-improvement, learning, reading, or skill building. They make physical health non-negotiable, prioritizing regular movement and proper nutrition. They practice gratitude daily, nurturing a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. These daily habits aren't random, they're intentional. Over time, they create a lifestyle that continuously raises their internal standard. Upgrading your standard is not always easy. Life throws obstacles, setbacks, and doubts your way. Yet successful people share one powerful trait: emotional resilience. They understand setbacks are temporary, and they see obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow. They manage their emotions proactively. Instead of being controlled by fear or negativity, they acknowledge their feelings, learn from them, and move forward. Their inner voice says clearly, "This moment doesn't define me. My response does." Successful people don't just want immediate results. They commit themselves deeply to lifelong growth. They know growth isn't a straight line, and improvement comes through consistent effort, curiosity, and reflection. They regularly evaluate their progress, always looking for ways to improve even further. They adopt a powerful mindset that says, "Every day, I become 1% better than yesterday." Finally, raising standards requires courage, bravery to leave comfort zones, courage to say no to distractions, courage to prioritize their goals despite what others might think. They don't wait for certainty or perfect conditions. They take action anyway. They know that action itself builds clarity, confidence, and momentum. Their mindset is always focused on moving forward, declaring clearly, "I may feel fear, but I choose action anyway." Here's the incredible part. Every single quality we just discussed, self-belief, clear habits, emotional resilience, continuous growth, and courage, is something you can cultivate starting today. These characteristics aren't reserved for a special few. They're available to anyone who chooses them. And yes, that includes you. If you're ready to truly upgrade your standard, it starts with adopting these powerful habits and beliefs. Right here, right now. Your life reflects your standards, your ability to discipline yourself, to choose excellence deliberately. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you elevate your standards, you naturally elevate your thoughts, your actions, and your character. Modern thinkers echo this wisdom. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Upgrade your standard, and excellence becomes your default system." Here's the truth, my friend. You don't need more motivation. You need higher standards. You don't need luck. You need courageous decisions. You don't need permission. You need commitment. The invisible limit has been controlling your story, quietly dictating your potential. But you have the pen. You always did. Today, choose to raise that internal thermostat. Refuse mediocrity. You deserve greatness in your life, in your relationships, in your health, in your wealth. Start today, right here, right now. Because at the end of this journey called life, you'll look back on the moment you finally decided to raise your standards as the moment your true life began. You have the power. You have the choice. Unlock your invisible limit and watch your life transform forever.